Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to the Fusion Space, and today's episode of Storytime, Superman and Batman vs. Aliens and Predator. Yes, really. I love comic books because this premise and the title are presented entirely without shame, yet you could never sell a movie with that title, or at least without adding an equally weighty subtitle. Superman and Batman vs. Aliens and Predator, Xenocrisis of Doom. Actually, this isn't some large-scale epic war, but rather a small situation on Earth that happens to involve both races and an alien ship crashed here long ago and buried deep in a volcano. When a team of scientists goes missing there, Clark and Lois are sent to report on it, and Batman has followed his own trail there after spotting a predator in Gotham City. Both heroes remember their previous encounters with the creatures and are determined not to let them cause any trouble here on Earth. It's not too bombastic a plot, but the art is fantastic, and it shows me why I have to cover more modern comics on this channel to better show the evolution of that side of the craft. Now this will conclude my trilogy of Dark Horse DC crossovers, but there are many more, so I might return someday. But I hope you enjoyed this presentation for now. Let's begin. The Andes Mountains, not far from the plains of Nazca.
Benbow, Movan, Kilauea, of course. You? Gagua, Pinchua, Nebra del Ruiz, Octapaki.
So then, you know this part of the world pretty well. The universe is not only queerer than we suppose, but queerer than we can suppose. J.B.S. Haldane.
I thought I did, but I never guessed Viejo Abuelo was still alive and kicking. There he is, gentlemen, the old grandfather himself. No record of the last time he popped his cork? The natives don't mention it. They keep pretty sharp-spoken accounts, if you filter out the mystic stuff. Hey, Pierre, why do you keep looking over your shoulder? I don't know. It's strange. It's like I keep catching something out of the corner of my eye. Ching, ching.
Unseen blades have decapitated all of the scientists. Batman lurks in the rafters of a Gotham steel mill, watching some mobsters push a union rep, when they are all alerted to an unknown presence causing noise in the shadows. Batman decides this new player takes priority, and goes to investigate. He encounters a group of uncloaked predators on a catwalk, and is surprised to see them. One hurls a bladed disc at him. Ching! Bruce ducks the weapon and blocks another's attack with a knife.
Ugh.
He is struck from behind, and they escape as he recovers.
Unknown party determined to be alien entities designated predator. Refer file previous encounters. MO markedly different than previously experienced. Hunt behavior not in evidence. Note, why Gotham? Why now? Assign priority status.
Metropolis. Superman? Come in, Superman. I've got you sharp and distinct, John Henry. Good to have your psionics up again. Not a day too soon. Steelworks subspace monitors indicate we got a problem with B-13 tech on the Sector C, a power generator overheating. No, I don't know why, and I bet that neither does LexCorp. It's B-13. We've got an explosive situation with likely civilian casualties. I'm down the conduit at Kidder and 49th. Then follow your nose, Blue. Nose is right. It smells hot down here. Got it. Great Scott, it's pretty messed up. Someone has been busy modifying. Superman? Superman, you cut out. Superman finds a group of predators cutting into a large reactor. I'm here, John Henry, and I see the problem. I just don't believe it. Superman blocks their beams. Superman? Couldn't see. Now they're gone. What? Never mind. This thing is about to go critical. Get your schematics out, John Henry. You're going to have to walk me through some repairs before it goes boom. Clark Kent and Lois Lane are given the assignment to report on the missing team of volcano scientists. The Andes Mountains, southern Peru, 3 days later.
When you said mountains, I thought we were talking the Poconos.
Don't want to hear it, Lois. Superman could have had this covered and done in an hour.
Of course, dear, but then Clark Kent wouldn't have had all this time to spend with me. Besides, I've covered for you with the guides. Superman has had his chances to check back in on Metropolis. Enough with the bickering, Smallville. This is spectacular. We should get away more often. Maybe someplace with a spa next time. Clark?
Look, Lois.
From the lost scientists?
I'm not sure. I'm scanning with microvision, but I don't recognize the fabric. I hear... Lois, something's happening up above. The wind's blowing up. I only catch bits, but I hear helicopters departing. And men. Many armed men. Lois, take Jose and Chaco and get back down the mountain.
Clark, we're almost... You're serious, aren't you?
Now, Lois, this isn't newspaper business.
Vamonos, muchachos. Senor Kent will be all right. He knows what he's doing. He'll follow us soon. It's, a reporter thing.
Clark changes to Superman and flies ahead. He soon finds a soldier impaled on a large alien blade, something like a spear. Sorry, whoever you are. I'm too late. That spear. Familiar. Many men. They descended here. Superman jumps down into a hole, and soon an explosion throws more soldiers out from it. Great row. Dead. They're all beyond help. Where did their attackers go? Back to the Earth. Superman finds Batman already on the scene. Such a clumsy, ill-advised waste. This wasn't necessary. While Lois waits with the guides.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Ay, Dios mío! Dora, senora! What? Ching, ching.
Both male guides are decapitated by unseen blades, while Lois is left unharmed. What are you doing here? What do you know about... No more than you do. Just arrived here myself. And I'm here for the same reason I assume you are. Clark Kent came here to cover the story of a disappeared team of volcanologists. Oh, then fate has worked in our favor. TDI. These men were TDI. 3 days ago, I encountered an alien presence casing Gotham, a murderous crypto species I'd encountered before, known in intelligence circles as predators. I was able to gather and analyze dust traces they left at the scene. The traces were volcanic in nature from this neck of the woods. Predators. I know predators. Nuts. That jibes with what I thought I saw in the B-13 underground 3 days ago. Not just in our cities either. I intercepted a secure outer band transmission that indicated the entire globe is seeing unprecedented activity. Thus these poor souls. They're operatives of the Terrestrial Defense Initiative, a highly classified function of the League of Prime Nations. They've got one job, to track and destroy all predators visiting the planet. TDI traced the source to Viejo Abuelo, as I did. But their methods of dealing with the problem here leaves something to be desired. Bruce, I've got about 1 million questions, but first, I aim to find who killed these men. Are you with me? Of course. Stay alert. If you've dealt with them before, you know they deploy some sort of cloaking ability. Both heroes descend into the mountain. A hidden figure fires a large cannon, knocking Batman off the wall, and he falls down the hole.
Son of a...
Batman! I'm coming, Bruce. Before Superman can find him, he is attacked by xenomorphs. No, not you! Superman engages the beast.
Spellings armor came in handy. Still, damn careless of me.
Who have also found Batman. The aliens attack, and Batman grabs a secondary set of jaws before they can bite him, and throws the alien off.
No.
The creatures surround him.
Ugh.
Suddenly, Batman is rescued by a group of predators. They take him prisoner and lead him away into the caves.
Field Journal. Supplemental. Have elected acquiescence and patience as most promising route to solving predator riddle.
Bruce is led into a large cave that is obviously a living area and sees a small group of predators in an arena.
A nest. A colony. They've been here a long time. If I've gambled poorly, perhaps data recovered from this in-suit log will offer useful insight.
Blech. Batman is taken into the arena and released. A large alien challenges him to combat.
What is it? Am I something new? Something you haven't seen before? Is that why I'm still alive? Well, there's only one way to deal with a situation like this, my friend.
Batman strikes the large alien. It doesn't flinch, staring Batman down,
Well, my friend.
then responds with its own strike.
Ouch.
Batman lands on the ground, and the alien motions the others away from him.
Thanks. You're different, but you still hold to the hunter's code of honor.
The Predator lunges, and Batman dodges, getting an arm around his neck. Batman slips back down as the creature grabs hold of him, but Bruce places a shocking device on the creature's chest.
The blowback modified defibrillator. Don't leave home without it. No hard feelings, I hope.
The Predators respect his victory. Meanwhile, Superman deals with the aliens.
No, not here. I've seen you horrors destroy other worlds, but not here. Even without the sun, without my peak power. Not in my backyard. Not on Earth. Quake? Great row. But with the Predators and aliens, I'd forgotten I'm in an unstable volcano. Gotta move. Gotta find Bruce. This place is dying.
Superman leaves the crumbling cavern to find Bruce.
Lois!
Once airborne, he sees Lois being captured by the Predators and all of them about to be overrun with erupting lava.
First, channel away the magma.
Superman uses his heat vision to burn a channel for the lava to flow into.
Then secure the area.
Superman draws a line of fire between the aliens and the Predators carrying Lois.
Then,
Superman punches out the Predator holding Lois.
Clark, thank heaven. This is the worst vacation ever.
I know. I'm sorry. I just begun to feel sorry for these creeps. Then they had to drag you into this. Now I've seen enough. How badly do you monsters want a piece of me?
Doesn't look like they want a piece of you at all.
The creatures appear to be hailing Superman.
In fact, I think they want you to follow. They butchered Jose and Chaco. I figured they were keeping me for dinner. What are they, Clark?
Death, Lois. But hopefully not for the Batman.
The Batman?
I'll explain another time. I'm just hoping they're associating us with him.
they didn't realize Lois was your female. They apologize, and that's saying a lot for these characters. But they don't want to insult a sun spirit.
Sun spirit?
Godless chauvinists.
No, they still value the sun, even down here.
Took a bit of brinksmanship on my part, but I think I've got them convinced you're a friendly, animistic deity, and I'm your emissary to the colony. I guess I needn't have worried, Bruce. You've done all right for yourself.
Nothing succeeds like a display of unanticipated force in a culture that values power and cunning above all else. It's bought me the time to learn what this is all about. These predators are different from any you or I have seen before. The ritualistic hunt behavior, the macho hostility we've both encountered, that's not so much present in these guys. These guys are living fossils, survivors. They're living an ancestral culture that the predators we previously met have long moved past. I've worked out a system of gestures, established basic communications. They've got a problem, which they explain by showing me their history. They come from someplace in the neighborhood of Arcturus, I think. They were a colony ship, said to spread their empire to a new world. But something went wrong with their guidance system. Instead of their chosen destination, they were forced to make landfall here, on Earth. A planet that was climactically inadequate to their needs. This was 14,000 years ago, in the middle of a great ice age. They hate the cold. Their damaged ship couldn't break Earth's gravitational field. There was no place on the bitter surface that could sustain them, but they were able to find a more hospitable refuge below. The subterranean cavern world under this volcano was the perfect hothouse environment, and the air was rich in the nitrogen on which they thrive. And, oh yes, they brought alien eggs with them. It's part of their culture, the alien hunt, the taking and blessing of the god creature, the testing of the faithful. For 14,000 years they've been here, predators and aliens, sealed away from the rest of the world by steady geological change. They've evolved into their own hermetic ecosystem while keeping their ancient culture. They've had no knowledge of changes in the outside world, and we've never guessed their presence. It's ironic. We've always feared either predators or aliens would someday form a beachhead on Earth, and they've been here all along. But now the stability of their caverns has been shattered by a surge of volcanic activity. Their world is doomed, and so they've begun to look for alternative living space. They've begun to send out search parties to comb the globe. What a surprise that must have been for them.
Clark and Bruce share a long silence.
Well, I suppose we could seal them in and just let the volcano take care of them.
They're living beings, Bruce. They're not particularly good for humans, so I'm not suggesting we let them continue their search, but they've got an absolute right to live. They aren't evil, just dangerous.
It was a joke. So what do you propose we do?
They may have made a home here for 14,000 years, but Earth isn't where they belong.
So what's the plan, Smallville? I can tell you've got a plan.
We get them up and off the planet, back to wherever it is they belong. Bruce, make them understand that the Sun Spirit is making a covenant with them. You tell them that the deal is they will not harm another human being, and in return, I will repair their ship and return them to the stars.
Good plan.
You explain this to them, and I'll bring the technology that can make it happen. I'll bring my Fortress of Solitude here.
Only thing is, Clark, you'd better move fast. There are others who aren't going to wait long before they decide to take matters into their own hands.
Superman takes off to retrieve his Fortress of Solitude, currently a mobile tesseract linked to a larger space containing the actual fortress. Meanwhile, the Terrestrial Defense Initiative moves to contain the alien situation on Earth.
What the hell is that? Situation becoming unpredictable. Any word? No. We've got to assume the Go Team has failed terminally. The situation is critical. Agreed. Alert the Prime Nations. We need immediate nuclear clearance. Start the countdown. When I say go, I want that volcano and everything in it vaporized.
The TDI tracks Superman returning with the fortress. The Andes Mountains, near the plains of Nazca.
What the hell? We got a bogey headed due south at 32,000 feet, well above Mach 5. Attempts to hail? All frequencies opened, no response. Jesus, it's headed straight for Viejo Abuelo. What the hell? This is no coincidence. This has to do with the predators. Then let's move. Alert ballistics. Target and terminate. Repeat. Target and terminate.
The missiles are launched at Superman. He easily dodges them, but he realizes that Earth's authorities are trying to intervene.
Great row! Batman called it right. The TDI is not going to tolerate any extracurricular activity in this region of the world. Hell, that's Superman out there! What in God's name is he doing here? Target has evaded all strikes. Abuelo has suffered damage.
I don't think I like these guys' methods, but they've got a job to do. So do I.
He is. He's going in. What the hell is he up to? Is that thing he's carrying a weapon? Or is he bringing aid to the predators? Let's not forget, gentlemen, that Superman himself is an extraterrestrial. We're called the Terrestrial Defense Initiative for a reason. I suggest it's time we take the initiative.
Superman takes the fortress down into the volcano. Superman lands with the fortress, and Batman brings the Predator tribe up and explains that the Sky Spirit is offering to take them to a new home if they just board peacefully. By standing in front of its portal, they are transported to the Fortress Tesseract.
They understand, oh great Sun Spirit. But once they're inside, all bets are off. I'm not going to vouch for how these killers will behave in your living room. They're agents of chaos, pure and simple.
It'll be okay. As groups are transferred by particle beam into the fortress, my staff of robots will greet them. Universal Dialectic will quickly decipher and master the Predator language, and Kellex will explain what is expected of them. Kellex greets the Predators, only to be quickly beheaded.
Shh! Crap! That's the last of them. They're all in. Every last Predator in this hellhole.
Good. You and Lois transfer in. I'm going to try and round up what aliens I can, and...
You're kidding, right? No? Don't be stupid. The predators are one thing, but bringing those horrors into the fortress will be inviting catastrophe. Leave them. Just get the ship. I know what they can do, but they're living beings. They have a purpose, even if we can't see what it is. Now transfer in. I've only got a minute to round up what I can find. And that may be an optimistic estimate.
Inside the fortress, Batman and Lois must contend with the predators.
Your husband is a damn fool.
Batman finds Calix's head.
Nuts. We've got a problem. Zero gravity? He keeps his house in zero gravity?
Well, yeah. Haven't you visited before? Shing!
Damn. Not gonna last long in zero G without some advantage.
Let me reach the... Yes, the cybernetic ion propulsion unit. This'll do. I've been here before, you see, and my husband believes I should have a basic working knowledge of Kryptonian mechanics. Better to run and live to fight another day, right?
Don't look now, but our charges seem to be prepared to follow. You heard me tell your husband there could be consequences.
A facehugger hatches from its egg and tries to attack Superman.
Wow, I dislike you things. You don't get me here, larva, not under a yellow sun. But you and your brothers will keep trying, won't you? So, a bit of the old freezing breath. We'll keep you on ice for transport.
Superman wraps the frozen eggs in a net.
I don't know if it's good or bad that I can't save more of you, but my time here is up. Not even I can last long in this toxic environment. Just one more stop to make.
He flies back to the crashed Predator ship and stores them in its cargo hold.
This has got to be the storage hold. Anyway, it'll have to do. Now, must position this Hulk. Wish I could have saved more.
Superman moves the Predator ship into the Fortress Tesseract, unaware he is being watched by the alien Queen. Inside, Superman finds the Predators running amok.
There, home and dry. Good Lord, mutiny? So soon? Between you and me, I never really believed you bought into that sun spirit stuff. But regardless, this is my house. You will behave yourselves while you are my guests. In fact, I think it would be best if you restricted yourselves to your room and check your weapons at the door. Ingrates.
He subdues them all with light heat vision and quickly scoops the Predators into a compartment.
Kellex? Get yourself prepared. Then activate the super robot. I want you and him to try and establish broadband contact with an organization known as the Terrestrial Defense Initiative. I want you to convince them to stop trying to blow us up. And I want a diagnostic and repair team detailed to this ship. Make it spaceworthy, ASAP. And be careful. I'm sure there are other predators loose. Put all units on alert and stun status. Now I've got to find Lois and Batman. Unseen by Superman, the alien Queen has hitched a ride inside the Tesseract, and it kills a predator with its razor-sharp tail. Now equipped with jetpacks Lois found for the Zero-G fortress, Batman fights off the predators, keeping them away from Lois, and he uses a wrist injector to dose them with a sedative he developed specifically for their physiology, based on his previous encounters. Once the area is secure, Batman and Lois return to the main chamber. Superman's robot has asked the TDI for time to resolve the alien situation, and they have told him they will nuke the mountain in 1 hour. Kellex informs his master.
We'll nuke it to smithereens in 1 hour. I am sorry I cannot identify to what smithereens refers.
It refers to me having miscalculated, Kellex. We don't have the time I'd hoped. Batman was right. Things do tend to fall apart when these creatures are involved. I'm narrowing my search. Lois is nearby. Let me know if you get any sign of Batman.
The alien Queen stalks Batman and Lois through Superman's arboretum.
This should be easier, but I don't seem to have any sense of direction in the fortress.
Don't worry, Clark's got good hearing. He'll find our heartbeats.
Maybe yours. Mine's masked.
The Queen grabs Batman.
Run, Lois! Run! Go!
No! Ah!
The Queen's tail swipes Lois and she hits a tree, falling unconscious.
Lois? You had me worried there for a moment, reporter.
Oh, I knew you'd find us, Smallville. Where's Batman?
You look okay, Lois. Just a slight concussion and bruised ribs. Batman was here?
Oh, Lord. Clark, I remember. It was an alien! An enormous alien! It was here! It got Batman!
Agents of Chaos. Superman flies through the fortress with Lois, searching for Batman.
There! The 3 hunters that Batman put down. The ones that were chasing us. I guess we were moving in circles.
Kellex, do you read? Dispatch a detail to the Master Relay Center to recover 3 incapacitated predators.
I don't understand. Feels like we're still moving aimlessly.
We're not. I'm following the sound of Batman's metabolic functions. They're very faint. The son of a gun's tried to mask his heartbeat. But if I concentrate, I can just pick them out from all the background noise here in the fortress. But you shouldn't worry about your sense of direction, Lois. We're not in space-time as you were accustomed to it. We're in a tesseract.
Yeah, so you told me, but I could never have cut at the science desk. So explain again. How do you get all this into your portable sphere?
The containment sphere is just a reference point for accessing this tesseract. That is, this pocket dimension, an undeveloped, empty, alternate universe, providing me with unlimited space for expanding the fortress. The place has grown pretty big already. There never seems to be enough room for all my stuff, but the structure does have a limit. And we've reached it. I'll help him. Batman's out somewhere past the wall, somewhere in unstructured, unorganized tesseract space. I can hear his heartbeat. Somehow he's still alive. Batman awakens floating in a cocoon in the undefined space of the tesseract.
Field Journal Supplemental. No time, no longitude, no latitude. I think this one lays eggs. One of the things that made Harry Houdini one of the greatest escape artists was his ability to dislocate his joints on command. I've studied the greatest. Now it's time to see if I can go them one better.
Batman frees himself and kicks off the alien queen's head. He jetpacks around behind her head and tries to use his other wrist injector designed for the xenomorphs.
The left hand was for the hunters. The right is for the horrors.
Ching!
The needle snaps off.
No good. Too tough.
The alien queen grabs Batman.
Son of a... No good.
Superman flies in and punches the queen, freeing Batman just in time. She slashes Superman's chest.
Row. Clark, here. Ram this down its throat.
Batman throws Superman the injector vial. The formula works and the queen is subdued.
What was in that? An amazingly complex compound based on studies I've done of their molecular acid vital fluids. I hoped I could knock one out. It works.
Bruce, I don't know what foresight allows you to prepare for these eventualities, but I'm glad you did. I feel so weak.
Not surprised. There's no yellow sun in this world. You just went toe-to-toe with an alien queen on nothing but battery power.
Yeah, and I can't breathe out here either. Let's go. Time is running out. Superman collects the sleeping queen. The fortress drones and the Superman robot, limited to stunning defenses, fight a losing battle against the Predator tribe, who have found their ship and the weapons on board. The Predators tear the robot's head off and smash the flying drones.
Good Lord, there must have been a cache of weapons hidden on their ship. They have the worst manners imaginable. Someone should have checked that possibility.
Obviously. I guess I expected an ability to feel gratitude and recognize mutual interest.
Don't ask a leopard to change his spots, Clark.
Shut up. You have a formula for something to knock them out?
Of course.
Then please give it to Kellex. Kellex. Analyze, duplicate, and pump through the air circulation system. Substitute for the nitrogen-rich mixture now in service. Knock them out before I do something rash.
Biosensor units have detected and collected all foreign life forms, Kal-El, but time has run out. There are 3 minutes, 12 seconds remaining on the Terrestrial Defense Initiative's doomsday clock, and due to this unfortunate interruption, repairs to the anti-gravity thrusters cannot be completed in time.
But everything else is good? Navigation, guidance, life support? Only the anti-gravity thrusters are inoperable? Batman?
You know, we're going to a lot of trouble for a couple of species who would just as soon see us all go down in flames. But Come on, let's do it.
Superman bursts out of the volcano, carrying the fortress. Look, the volcano! Something's happening! We waited! We never should have waited!
Damn it, that's Superman! What the hell does he think he's doing?
He's carrying the predators out of that sphere!
The damn alien is pulling them out! Not on our watch. Deploy the hunter-seekers.
Now! Superman's gonna set those monsters free!
Faster. Higher.
Superman races against the missiles through the atmosphere.
Higher. Past the pull of gravity.
The missiles aren't made for space travel, and gravity pulls them back downward as Superman leaves the planet.
Now, Kellex, now! Open her up!
The fortress transports the Predator ship into Earth's orbit. Safely aboard and asleep are both the Predator tribe and the alien queen with her eggs. The thrusters ignite, and the ship leaves Earth.
Field Journal. Supplemental. It worked. Superman has provided thrust to carry the ship past Earth's gravitational field, and his robot's analysis and instructions have allowed me to pilot the ship out and set course for Arcturus.
Batman ejects in a small capsule.
Bon voyage, you royal pains in the rump. You'll wake up to find yourselves on the road home. I hope 14,000 years hasn't changed that home too much.
Batman's capsule makes re-entry, and he launches out of it in the upper atmosphere.
Any time now. Any time now. Any time now.
Superman catches him.
I swear, you are losing a step.
Everything went
according to plan. They're out of here. Kellex interpreted the ship's control system perfectly. I simply followed his directions.
On the ground, Lois watches the TDI's tactical nuclear missiles utterly destroy the volcano as Superman and Batman join her.
I can't believe it. They actually nuked the site.
They did what they felt they had to do, given the nature of the threat.
They're damn fools.
Maybe, but you and I have options they don't. We have exceptional powers and skills. We can afford to agree never to intentionally take a life, no matter how repellent or dangerous.
Speak for yourself. I promise never to take a human life.
Actually, Batman, sir, during my diagnosis of the ship I discovered a fail-safe mechanism. Had the TDI succeeded in destroying the colony, an atomic chain reaction of possibly global significance would have been activated, and an ancient distress signal would have been released to space. Thus bringing eventual reprisal, eh? See? Saved by our better natures.
I guess that gives us something to tell the TDI.
Nuts. Batman and Superman arguing superhero ethics after tossing 2 species of aliens into space with a clandestine nuclear strike in the background. This has got to be the best news story I'll never write.
The end. While Batman vs. Predator and Superman vs. Aliens both focused on throwing the heroes into unfamiliar situations against unknown foes and forcing them to deal with new challenges, here we see how they would both deal with the same threats on their own terms. I think it's an interesting moral difference that Superman extends his refusal to kill to any and all forms of life, if he can help it, while Batman is more focused on the morality of not killing any sentient humanoid life. Because while his last lines there didn't specify, that is what he meant by it. There are many races with human level or greater intelligence in the DCU, and of course Batman doesn't consider them to be the same as the Xenomorphs, which exist only to kill and cannot be reasoned with. Then again, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here and assuming too much. Because in the classic Elseworlds where aliens took over the Earth, we can see Batman killing alien invaders without much reluctance and advising his troops that no matter what alien they're fighting, they should aim for the head. Yet when Orion of the New Gods was murdered on Earth during Final Crisis, Batman solved the case, treating him like any murdered mortal, even though he's as non-human as it gets, being a cosmic entity of sorts. And in that same story, Batman shoots Darkseid with a bullet that can kill a god, and Darkseid is most certainly as sentient as a human. Every writer has their own interpretation, and I guess it's not set in stone how Batman feels about extending his vow not to kill to non-humans. Anyway, this concludes my trilogy of DC Dark Horse crossovers, and I'll be moving on to something else next, but I feel like hovering around the movies still. There seems to be a minor resurgence of interest in the Rocketeer lately, and there are some fantastic comics of him. I just have to decide what to do with the original comic that the film was adapted from, as my rule until now has been to stick to unadapted comics. But it's not a very famous comic, and I think people would like to see it, so that rule may become more of a guideline. So unless something else comes up, I'll see you here in 2 weeks for the Rocketeer comics, both the comic that was made into the film and many made after the film, which will probably form the majority of the episode. Unless I decide the first one is so good it deserves its own episode, definite possibility, in which case next month will be Rocketeer month, and the after film comics will follow in 2 more weeks. So thanks for watching, thanks especially to all my new subscribers, and I'll see you next time in the Fusion Space.